I want to start with you as we wait for Mr. Trump to come out. Give us a little bit of a sense of what we can expect. Of course, we're hearing from the campaign, North Carolina is going to be a place where the campaign remains until Election Day, right?
Yeah, not only hearing it, we're seeing it, Adrienne. This schedule, we're having 10 events in the next few days, and 4 of those, one of those being this morning, are here in North Carolina. That's despite polling, DDHQ polling, showing Trump with a slight lead in the state, of course, in the margin of error. And you can remember he won this state twice already, hoping to do so a third time. Sounding confident about it today when he spoke earlier today in Gastonia, North Carolina. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Hello, North Carolina. This is going to happen. I predict, let's make a prediction. This will happen on Tuesday, I think, right? This will happen on Tuesday. I think they'll end up having many, many more people than they thought. We win this state, we're going to win the whole ball game.
This is the continuation of closing arguments, the closing messages here, not only to the people of North Carolina, but to the people across the U.S. who are going to head out and vote. If they haven't already, they're going to vote on Tuesday. Now, the big question heading into all of these events, Adrienne, is if Trump is going to stay on message, if he's going to focus on things that he's strong on, like the economy, and focus on illegal immigration, things that his campaign has been focused on since the start. Those have been the major focuses here. So if he can stay on topic and rather than veer off and grab headlines in that way in these coming days, because that could affect turnout for the former president.
All right, News Nation's Libbey Dean, thank you so much for being there for us on the campaign trail. Let's go to the Harris campaign now. Vice President Harris, of course, as we mentioned, in the ATL, holding a star-studded rally, hoping to gain momentum in Georgia, which has already set a record for early voting, topping 4 million ballots cast. The Democratic nominee is trailing the former president by less than 2 points in the latest Decision Desk HQ polling average. The Harris campaign also unveiling a new Get Out the Vote live stream for the eve of the election in 7 crucial swing states. The goal is to get last-minute voters to the polls, and the vice president and Governor Walz will be joined by surrogates and, again, more celebrities. Joining us live from Atlanta, News Nation correspondent Elizabeth Prann. So, Elizabeth, how is early voting impacting Harris's ground game there?
Well, it's actually really interesting because we have seen her camp here for months, right? And she had that initial rally back in July. That momentum has really stayed, especially in these blue counties where we are right now, Fulton County. Today, a ton of energy. There was 12,000 people here. They trickled in early this morning, as you mentioned. We saw 2 Chainz, and we saw Monica, and we saw Senator Warnock, and Ossoff, really, really popular politicians here. And we've seen them stump for her for the past couple weeks. As you mentioned, there's that 4 million votes that have already been cast. That includes absentee, that includes mail-in ballots. And what we see is her trying to keep that support in those pretty historically blue counties. So Cobb County, Fulton County, Gwinnett County, a lot of those have stayed blue. We saw them in 2020 shift for President Biden, and she's hoping that the Republicans do not chip away at those really heavily populated counties. We heard her talk a lot about unity today. It was really the theme where she said, I'm a president for all. She wants to reduce the everyday costs, the healthcare costs, the grocery costs, try to support those folks who are in, maybe she called it a sandwich generation. So people who are taking care of children, and they're also caregivers for their family. Here she is speaking to all of the attendees just about an hour and a half ago.
We need Kamala to win. She is for everything that our future needs right now.
And I really am hoping that Georgia is going to go again. I think it's going to be tight, but I'm very hopeful, and I think a lot of the youth vote and the women's vote are really going to make the difference.
Okay, those were some of our supporters here that we talked to before the campaign. I will tell you, Adrienne, that, we remember 2020, right? We remember the fact that Georgia was in the controversy that was just below 12,000 votes and the difference of both of those candidates. So we see a lot of the counties like Cobb County say, listen, we had some mail-in ballots that were late, about 3,000 of them. So they have until November actually count all those votes. I think the theme that we're seeing from all these election officials is not necessarily going to be instant results. They want to make sure that it is accurate. Adrienne?
The Harris campaign also putting out another last-minute ad. What's the latest messaging?
Yeah, so it's about a 2-minute ad. We saw it released just a couple hours ago, and it really reminded me of some of the themes that she talked about on the stage that's just being broken down behind me, where she said over and over again, I'm the president for all, and this is a brighter future. Here's just a piece of that ad.
Throughout this campaign, I've seen the best of America, and I've seen what is holding you back and weighing you down. High costs, fundamental rights taken away, and politics that have driven fear and division. You deserve better.
We've been talking about where the campaigns go from here. Let's talk about Monday. We all had our eyes on where the vice president was going to focus on, and it turns out she's going to try to focus on, and you mentioned this, all 7 of these hotly contested swing states in this Get Out the Vote simulcast. There'll be campaign events in places like Arizona and Michigan and here in Georgia, and then it'll simulcast with the vice president and her running mate. So you can see they are certainly sprinting across the finish line. They are not taking any vote for granted. Adrienne?
Elizabeth, good to have you here with us on a Saturday. We appreciate your reporting. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.